in terms of, this was a hard question in terms of describing a typical day, because there's not really a typical, especially this year. Um, but in general, so to give you an idea of some of the things that I'm responsible for as a school psychologist, so I'm working primarily with kids that are either have special education, and then, or kids who might need some extra help, like they need an evaluation to have an IEP, like their individualized education plan. So I have about 120 IEP meetings a year. So that means I'm also writing 120 IEPs. In a normal year, I do psychoeducational evaluations, so like cognitive and academic testing to help determine if kids are eligible for special education services. That's a little different this year because we're not doing face-to-face. And cute story, my school is now fully remote because we had too many cases. So yeah. Um, I do behavior plans for kids. So I do classroom observations if there are kids that are getting in trouble a lot, to try to figure out how we can have a better plan to support them. I sometimes have mandated counseling cases. This year I don't, so I see some kids at risk. I do a lot of outreach to parents and students and sort of collaboration with teachers about what we can do to support them. And then a ton of paperwork. To be honest, the DOE does like very careful about things. I hadn't heard CYA like cover your, you know what, before I got to DOE, but there is a lot of that, and it's sort of to be expected, but like I wasn't fully prepared for the amount of paperwork I was doing and how everything needs to be documented. And it's for your own sake. Like if I have a student who's expressing some type of like suicidal ideation, that has to be documented, and it protects me and the student and all of that, but it's a huge like time suck. So that's something that's very challenging. But in terms of things I really like, I love weird kids. I know that's not like politically correct to say, but like I really like the unique ones, the like quirky ones. And this job means that it is my job to like work with them. So that's like the single biggest thing I would say that I enjoy. That kind of face-to-face time and trying to work with people to support them to have a positive experience. The paperwork and the high caseload is a lot. There's just not enough time in the day. I'm still struggling with the boundaries piece, because especially now, like I'm working from my apartment and like I could just keep working. So it is important to be able to like draw that line. It can also be hard because I have like two supervisors, one at like in my school, so the principal and assistant principals, and then also at the central DOE level, I have a school psychology supervisor who really cares about the compliance dates. Like this meeting needs to be held and this needs to be finalized. But my building supervisors are like, oh, the kids come first. If a kid needs you, don't write the IEP. And so those things are like in direct conflict. So there's a lot of navigating that.
Make sure to check out the My Career tab on the BC Navigator app, where you can track your career progress based on the amount of credits you've earned, stay updated on upcoming events from the Magner Center, and watch our videos for insight and advice on your career field.